And so he mentions this, blessed are the poor in spirit, and it's mentioned first. And I believe it's mentioned first for a reason, because not until we are spiritually empty will we embrace these other blessedness, this other happiness. For instance, we go to the next one, and he says, blessed or happy or fortunate are those who mourn. See, we're not going to mourn for anything unless we have something to mourn for. Unless we, high-minded folks ain't not going to cry for nothing. Those who think they got everything going on. He says, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Jesus, what are you trying to tell us? I want to get all of this. What are you trying to tell us? And in life, we're going to mourn, but, and sometimes we think about mourning, we think about death, because death is in this world. But it's not just talking about just mourning for somebody that's dying. You remember Jonah in the Old Testament, in Jonah chapter 2, this in verse 2, and listen, and he said, I called out of my distress to the Lord, and he answered me. This is Jonah. Some of you know the whole story. I cried for help from the depth of Sheol, and you heard my voice. God gave Jonah some commands to go preach. Jonah said, I'm not going. He tried to go somewhere else, and God put a whooping on Jonah. He put a whooping. We do know what a whooping is, don't we? Yeah. You know what a whooping is, and some of us are in our pre-whooping moments right now. Some of us need a whooping. You got any children? You have some children that you just slowly but surely getting beside themselves, start doing little things. He said, all right, all right, you itching for one? Sometimes we grown and itching for a whooping, aren't we? And maybe that's what God need to do is whoop us. Has God ever whipped you? Yeah, he's gotten me more than one time. But the question is, see, Jesus says, blessed, fortunate are those who mourn. And see, and he's not talking about just crying just to be crying. We mourn in the right way. See, there comes a time in life, Jonah was in the belly of a fish. He was in the belly of a large fish. He was desperate. And I don't know if there's any time ever we need to mourn is when there's desperate time. You're totally out of control. And Jesus says, when you get to the point, he says, happy are those who recognize they're in trouble and they mourn.